This is crazy. So Grand Theft Auto 6 finally announced their pricing, and we expected it to be pretty bad, but it's arguably even worse. Locking off entire shops for the single player behind the Ultimate Edition, the quote-unquote physical edition just giving you a code, no disc, and also an $80 entry cost. Gaming's most anticipated release definitely knows it can get away with a lot. In today's video, let's talk about the precedent this may or may not set, if this is as bad as we feared, and how GTA 6 may change gaming as we know it. Hello everybody, it's your boy Jmulls, and Vice City is definitely living up to its name. As a reminder, Grand Theft Auto 6 is a single-player game. Online will come later, and we only have precedent to go off of. But when it concerns the single player, there's going to be a lot of conversation, a lot of hot takes, and a lot of strongly worded headlines and tweets, but I think we all know, for this game specifically, it probably won't matter much. There's simply a level of hype and anticipation for GTA 6 this industry just hasn't seen before. Rockstar knows this, they understand this, they are banking on it. It's to the point a lot of people expected $100 to be the base cost, so I don't think $80 is really surprising. But something being expected doesn't make it a good thing, or one that should be embraced. If I see a guy running at me from a distance with a knife, my reaction to being stabbed isn't going to be, well, I kind of expected it. It's going to be, oh my god, he just stabbed me! There will be two editions, standard at $80 and then ultimate at $100. And the ultimate edition will have a bunch of extra cosmetics and shops only available with the ultimate edition. Just as a reminder, this is a single player game. It's definitely greedy, it's definitely pricey. This is another stone in the path paved by companies trying to take an inch and then realizing people were willing to give them a mile to begin with. This is just another endpoint from the it's just cosmetics slop defense that has been peddled out for over a decade at this point. This is modern gaming. We'll rip stuff out of the game to charge you extra, and we'll even have people asking us to put it back in for them. I stand by that, but in this specific instance, I want to highlight a different point of view. In a sick and twisted way, I kind of like that GTA 6 is taking this approach, and I promise you this is gonna go somewhere. In terms of worst case scenarios, I don't think this is that. Rockstar could have almost certainly gone to $90 or $100 for the base price and probably have been fine. Like I said before, there's a level of hype for this game that this industry just hasn't seen before. This to me feels like them still wanting more than everyone else, but also being cognizant that a lot of people will still get the Ultimate Edition. And then when online comes around, they're going to make Scrooge McDuck money. I mean, they kind of need to. When you put this kind of money into a video game, you're gonna want to make that money back and then some. So I definitely agree, this is a lot, don't get me wrong. This entire time, we've just been scrolling Ultimate Edition stuff. But at the same time, it's not nearly as much as it could have been. That doesn't make it better, don't get me wrong. It just puts into perspective everything that's going on. For a game that easily could have gotten away with a lot more, it's not nearly as egregious as a lot of other AAA games. Doesn't make it good for the consumer, but this kind of stuff, yeah, is kind of expected. But let's get to the heart of my argument here. Let me tell you what, I simply cannot wait for more games to try and charge $80 because GTA did it. They will try to go to that price point and then look absolutely stupid when people don't just swipe because they don't have the notoriety or hype of Rockstar. Don't think it'll happen? It already has. Remember The Outer Worlds 2? That game originally was going to be $80. It wasn't selling enough, so they had to knock it down to $70. And there's not a doubt in my mind that more will follow. More are going to see the success of Rockstar and GTA and want in on that. They will think they can go that distance too, until they realize there are levels to this. They will fall on their face in their desperate and pathetic attempt to ride on the coattails of GTA's success. Funnily enough, despite Mario Kart doing $80 first, I mean, if you ignore the Switch 2 bundle it was part of where it was valued at $50, some people will say you shouldn't root for games to fail, but I absolutely disagree with that sentiment. When a game is trying to, or its success would allow bad business practices or design choices that I fundamentally disagree with to be normalized and furthered, of course I don't want that game to succeed, and I also hope it meets failure. Now, games like GTA and Mario Kart, they're simply too big for that to happen. And I also highly doubt Rockstar of all people would put out a bad game, right? Especially in this day and age. It's not like like these people are stupid or anything. They know how much money has been poured into this. They know this game has to do well, or at least the online portion, but I digress. But watching a pathetic and disgraceful industry try and chase that level of success and thinking they can eat at the table because they feel that they are deserving of your wallet and then falling from the chair they aim to climb will be hilarious. I feel for the developers who will inevitably have good work be ignored because of the decisions of out-of-touch executives who have a fatal misunderstanding of this industry, but it's the only way these companies learn. They don't care about a few tweets or a few videos online. The people that truly matter care about year over year. Quarterly reports, projections, and profit. When they inevitably bite off more than they can chew and are left with nothing, they'll be forced to adjust or play where it lies. And at the end of it all, people will buy what they believe is worth the money. I have no doubt that for more than enough people, GTA 6 won't just be worth 80, they'll gladly pay 100 and won't bat an eye. That's just the kind of swagger this game is coming onto the scene with. Most people just want a good game and will pay what they can afford and believe to be worth it. They don't care about bad business practices in the video game industry. They don't watch videos online like this, even though they really should. That's totally not shameful self-promotion or anything, but I digress again. Most people just aren't going to do that. They're going to come home, sit down on their couch, go to their chair and desk, and just want to play a video game. They probably grew up with GTA or they got into it at some point in the last however many years GTA 5 has been around, let alone all the other games, and they just want to play this game. That is as much about this topic that they're going to think about. It's just the reality of it. GTA wasn't the first $80 game, and it certainly won't be the last. It by no means was the first game to have pre-order based content, nor was it the first to have stuff sliced off for higher editions. That is just a sad and unfortunate reality that is modern gaming. We still haven't finished scrolling, by the way. There's so much stuff in this Ultimate Edition. There we go. Most people are just gonna look at how nice all these like screenshots look and go, oh yeah, I want in on that. That's just how most people are gonna operate here. But speaking of modern gaming, there's one other trend this game may be turbo boosting to the moon. Let's talk the death of physical games. Let me set the scene for you, yeah? Let's immerse ourselves here. It's the day you've been waiting for. The day Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Man, you've been waiting for this day for so long. You're jumping up and down in your chair, filled to the brim with excitement. At long last, you savor the feeling. You crack on open your physical copy of Grand Theft Auto 6, and all you see is a number. Seriously, what's even the point of a physical copy if you're not even gonna get a disc? At that point, it's just for display purposes. So you know how whenever a game gets ported to the Switch 2, there's always a lot of controversy about it possibly being a game keycard? Well, I wasn't joking before. The physical version just gives you a download code. Now, I'm not gonna act like I'm some kind of grand arbiter for physical games or anything like that. I'm primarily a PC gamer. Most of my game purchases are going to be digital. I definitely think it's kind of stupid to have a physical edition, but not actually a disc. And I also understand why a lot of people are so passionate about physical media, especially in an age where so many different vectors in tech don't want you to own the things you buy. They don't want you to own your games. They don't want you to own your services. Soon, they're not even going to want you to own your PC. It is a bleak and depressing landscape, and the idea that you can at least own a disc and play this game in perpetuity is very reassuring and comforting for a lot of people, even myself. I get that. I understand it. I agree with it. I still think emulation is better for game preservation overall, but we don't need to only have one thing. To me, this is the point when it concerns GTA 6 that will have longer lasting ramifications for the games industry, even more so than the price point of the game being $80 or all the stuff they're cramming into the Ultimate Edition. This sets precedent. And if we want to argue semantics, even if it isn't by a long shot here, the first game to do something like this. I mean, I don't even really buy like physical PC games anymore, but I'm pretty sure nowadays you mainly just get a code for Steam anyways. But there's a lot of other games nowadays when you get a disc or a cartridge, you basically have to download it anyways. We can talk about reading game data from an SSD being faster than a disc or a cartridge all we want, sure. But it's also become increasingly clear ever since like the PS4, Xbox One era, all the way to the modern day, digital gaming is only getting more popular because at the end of it all, like we've been talking about throughout this video, most people don't care. That is the sad reality of it all. Most people, the average mainstream general audience, will always prioritize convenience. Digital gaming is simply convenient. Want to buy? Click. Cool. It's downloading. I'll go get a drink. Maybe it'll be done by the time I get back. That is way more convenient than getting in your car, going on public transport, going to a store, getting a game, coming all the way back home, then putting it in and then playing, or waiting for it to be delivered. The general market is going to prioritize convenience, and digital gaming is simply more convenient. Not for everyone. Some people just have really bad internet, but for most people it is. So it's not like GTA 6 is starting this trend, but it's about to put it into maximum overdrive. And this is also going to continue a trend we have been seeing for a while, and that is the erosion of a lot of elements that people really loved about console gaming. The idea you can have a disc and just give it to somebody else, let them borrow it, maybe you're done with the game, you can sell it, get a little bit of money back, buy a used game, your friend has a copy of a game you've been wanting to play, borrow it from them. You don't have to rely on some other service to tell you what you can or cannot do with your copy of the game. That was an element to console gaming that has been there since pretty much the beginning. It's one of the defining features of console gaming. But moving away from this and going to this, that's just simply taking away one of the biggest selling points of console gaming. It really does feel like console gaming is just trying to embrace all the negative stereotypes PC gaming had all those years ago, whereas PC, as a direct result of Valve, are trying to free itself of all of those stereotypes of old. Consoles just feel like more restrictive PCs. There are going to be people that try to defend this because they've been really looking forward to this game and they don't want to even entertain any negativity surrounding it. And there will be a bunch of people that try to say, oh, none of this is that bad. Oh, there's other shops in the game. Oh, it's just cosmetic. Oh, it's only a mission. Who really cares about all of that? That way of thinking, those lines of defense, that is how we got here to begin with. It started all the way back in the day with the horse armor. Oh, nobody cares about some horse armor. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, monetization's fine if it's a free-to-play game. Surely they won't add egregious monetization and multiple editions and shops and all that into games that actually have a cost surrounding them, right? Okay, well, maybe they do, but surely they'll knock the price down because there's other forms of monetization. So maybe the games will cap out at like $40. Oh, they don't. Oh, okay. You know what? It's actually not that bad. I've seen this dance before. Oh, you see, it's not that bad. Look at these other people. They do stuff that's even worse. And it's just a bunch of people that run defense for these companies. And forget about taking inches. It allows these companies to take a mile here, another mile over here, and just keep on going. It's not surprising, but a lot of people out there have no long-term thinking. They have no pattern recognition. They don't understand how you get from point A to point B. They simply can't draw the line connecting them. And then we have to deal with the consequences. It's annoying, but that's the reality of it. So here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with how you're feeling about Grand Theft Auto 6. Are you looking forward to the game? Are you put off by, well, all of this? I would love to hear your thoughts, hear your opinions, and hear your perspectives in the comments down below. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And we also have the Steam Summer Sale coming up. I'm gonna do a sales roundup so you know what to keep an eye out for. And trust me, you're gonna want to stay tuned for that one. But in the meantime, another company announced the price for a hot commodity, the Steam Machine. Valve dropped the price. They didn't actually lower the price, but they revealed it. And yeah, it's pretty expensive. But there's a silver lining here that can not only affect the future of PC gaming, but also PC gamers. Want to find out more? Check out this video right here. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe. Have a great day. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.